Alrighty, here, let's get started with this last game of the regular part of the round robin here for play-ins here. C9 versus Unicorns Love. They need to get their fourth and final match here for the round robin. C9 now 3-0. Unicorns Love 0-3. Looking for their first win here. Could play upset to C9. We've seen C9 drop to minor regions before. But let's hope they can actually pull this one together here. So Cassidon, Lucian banned out on their side. Rise and Kiana banned out on Unicorns of Love side. Aurelia ban. So a little bit of a smattering there. Could be two mid lane bans and then the Lucian. I get the feeling that that's the suggestion I'm getting out of here from C9 is that they actually aren't concerned or interested in playing around Sven on a major carry. And also the MF's pretty solid stuff here. So maybe just don't want to deal with any of the bullying or the great trading damage that can come out from the Lucian in lane. And finally on the other side, Unicorns Love ban out the Jarvan. So aware of the pick, seeing how the rotation's going, MF still up. Let's not get to where we're going to be in a box in a canyon of rocks and having bullets shot at us over and over again. So I'd call that a pretty good ban from Unicorns of Love. They're going to pick up the Lee Sin, it looks like, for their jungler. Lee Sin, highly contested, or at least a very highly contested pick, and a very major point of discussion for the drafts and the champions that were like dominating the meta. That is a Senna pick on the side of UOL. Okay, we have not seen Senna in a long time. She still has some viability. I just don't think that the game goes long enough anymore for her to really get to that crazy range that we saw before, nor scale up to where she's getting, enough souls to have lifesteal on her. But it could be a lot of fun. Lee Sin Senna, we did see that out from, I believe it was 100 Thieves here, FBI and Huhi over in NA. They did run that I think they won that match, but FBI, I believe I heard, did not like it and did not want to run ever again. So it's gonna be very interesting to see Argonaut and Santis pull out these two if that is the combination here. Still a lot of mobility, a lot of fluctuation available. We don't know exactly where the Sen is going. She is going to be bot side, but the Lee Sin could go bot, most likely in the jungle. C9 going to counter their picks, or at least finish off the first round of the pick phase with a LeBlanc and Xin pick. Nomad's picking up his Silas, which has been Silas is becoming more and more of a staple in these play-ins here. Just seeing a lot of great ultimates on the other side. The bullet time, the crescent guard, it's kind of anything that allows for great immunity for the Silas ends up being a really, really good idea. Now, next round of bans here. Rakan coming out for Unicorns of Love. See, Leona is still floating around here, and we have not seen it taken as often. I just end up feeling like Leona is just a better engaged support compared to Rakan or Amumu. Everyone just keeps favoring Amumu when the Sad Mummy is just so easily blown up. It is not as viable, is not as sturdy. Its utility in lane is next to nothing. And Leona, while having a similar amount of stuns, two stuns between the Zenith Blade with like a light root and then the actual stun from the Q, her Eclipse just gives her so much more tankiness. Jace Band coming out here on the side of C9, so making the top lane a little bit more comfortable for Fudge. Does leave into question, what is Fudge going to pick? Because we did see his Malphite pick in the last game C9 had, and that Malphite basically just jumped in the back line and was able to just 1v1 assassinate the AD carry. So a very, very wide range of things to worry about coming out of Fudge here. Galio going to be banned out, so just preventing that counter pick and all that global mobility. So that's just a ban for perks. Make sure he's at least avoiding those matchups of the Cassidon and the Galio. So yeah, very astute pick so far, just giving advantages, trying to prevent the amount of counter pick options that are available. And that is a Scion pick. So this is going to be one of the very first true tank picks. The Malphite can be a tank pick, but with how Fudge built it, he was much more of a Blues or AP nuke. with an Hourglass to build up time. But a Scion has no off-build routes in him unless you want to go some Suicide Trinity Force, like pure attack damage. It's just not going to happen. So this Scion is going to be a massive, going to be a real tank, is not really going to care too much about eating the bullet time once he starts to get a good bit of items in his pocket. And with the gangplank secured for Fudge, there's not going to be a lot of magic damage to really worry about for the Scion. The Scion can just entirely index into armor and really may not have a lot to worry about here. And Vulcan going to pick up the Rel. Finally seeing this pick. Rel still is a lot of fun to play and still has so much playmaking to go into with the mount up, with the magnet storm. Like Rel should be here far more often for starting these fights and really getting things going, especially considering that UOL banned out the Leona, which I'm very happy to see. The Amumu finally falling out of favor, and I really appreciate C9 upgrading their picks and seeing this other. I see just a much better pick for going in. And it's gonna be the G2 special here. We saw this over with G2. Can't say, I feel like Mickey came up with that at the time, Reckless went with it. But Camille picked up, Unicorns of Love playing a very clever draft here. So counter pick, more or less, for a boss, getting the Camille, should be able to have a pretty good time, all ending on to Fudge. The oranges, I do not believe, remove the Hextech Ultimatum. And the Scion's going to be bot side, and this can actually be pretty rough. You can throw the AoE stun onto a minion. Scion can scream it across the lane, and you can lock someone up from pretty far away. And this should then be I want to say starving, but a fasting Senna. So a lot of gold going on to this Scion, just like he was a solo. Look at that jacket on Sheepy. He is trying to channel some good energy here for Unicorns of Love. They want to get at least one win before they get out of here today. It is not looking like they are going to be able to make themselves let's see here. They are currently 0-3. Everyone else above them has at least one win. So what happens here actually is that if Unicorns of Love upset Cloud9, get this win, they would actually go into a best of 5 against, or they would go up against, I believe, Beyond Gaming later to, I believe that's right, to decide who's going to actually be a part of the those top 4 teams that have the chance to go off to the main event. So for a reminder here, for the teams that are placing 2, 3, and 4 in, or 2, 3, and 4 in their groups, they will go off to I believe, a best of 5 starting tomorrow to decide at least decide who is going to fill that last spot out of 2 spots per group, fill that last spot to go off into the main stage event. So Unicorns of Love with great opportunity here. Again, they win this, they will go and have a tiebreaker with Beyond Gaming, and that will help decide who is going to be able to go off to the best of 5s tomorrow, or at least for this group on Saturday. So a lot of good fun there, a lot of really good fun, a lot of good possibilities and propositions. And frankly, this draft is just super creative out of them. So this could really, if things don't fall apart super fast, this could actually be a very good opportunity for Unicorns of Love to really just sneak and cheat a win out of here. So, alrighty here. So looking at the bot side here, it's going to be Argonaut on the AD carry. Santa's going to stay comfortable with a melee champ. But Santa taking the support item here, so going to want to do a lot of exchanging, a lot of trading to get that value up there with the auto attacks. Santa's meanwhile taking the heals and trying to grab as much of the CS as possible, and he should become a full-size tank for Unicorns of Love. And on the side of C9, they don't really have anything that was going to kill a Scion. So I'm a little scared for C9 if this actually goes late. But otherwise, things going pretty standard here. Fudge grabbing level 2 first over Boss. Jungle side, looks like both junglers started bot side and are pathing up top side. Could have a little bit of problems there. And, oh, a little bit of flip back there from Vulcan. I really appreciate it. Argonauts going to have to flash away. But flash and ignite out from Vulcan. Very good aggression out from then here. Blabber looking for this flight here. And Anasek's going to have to exit stage left. And Blabber's going to... He's going to be able to 3-buff this. Priority in... Oh, and the smite steal from an Anasek. Ooh, that is hurtful. And he's going to be behind on pacing now. He's going to go over and take the chickens. And backing on a ward here, Fudge. Are they going to let you do this? Sonic Wave's going to connect here. Here comes the hook shot. And Fudge is going to have to flash away from that here. I don't know if any of his team is going to be able to join him here. Blabber going to have to walk away here. And he's not going to get much out of this either. He's going to have to take this crab just to try to actually secure these objectives, these early game little objectives here. He has not even gone over to actually clear out the top side of his jungle. He has like Gromp was taken. So this is actually a very rough start here for C9. A little bit of overreach, a little bit of disrespect to the backings. Yeah, very good idea out of Blabber. Very good idea to try to get that invade. 3-buff an Anasek, but the smite secure from an Anasek just right there in the clutch. And it just, allows for a lot more to fall apart there. Fudge just disrespected that situation here. Did not infer that there might be a war there, that he should back in a safer position. But not too bad, not too rough. It's 1 kill onto the Camille, and it's going to take a little bit before she really starts taking over that lane. Argonaut here getting the rotations in with his jungler. They're going to try to steal this and get some souls on to Argonaut to really get him scaling up as soon as possible. Blabber's going to make it there in time and stop the situation here. CS for the junglers really still super even. Oh, Vulcan might get a catch. He's going to prevent the back from Santis. Blabber going to finally get to his level 1 Krugs. So not the highest value take there. Kind of wish if C9, if Vulcan and Sven could have actually had major prio in the lane to shove it out, they could have actually taken time to come back and just clear out this Krug camp and keep this Krug camp at a higher level for Blabber. But such is life. And it looks like Sven and Vulcan looking to try to clear this wave out, shove it in, and then back off. So right now, Anasek's actually exit out onto the rift through top side. I think just trying to shadow his top laner. He's going to take the Krugs. And from there, there's not really going to be much on that side of the map. Blabber is sort of matching the mirror. Going to go up and grab his Krugs. Perk's going to be able to get a ward down. Should believe he spocked an Anasek there. Definitely going to see him now with the chickens getting attacked. So good tracking there from C9 on where the Unicorns of Love jungler is. Vulcan's arrived to the mid lane. Blabber looks to be joining him, but it looks like he's just going to flash away. Head back bot. Sven holding it down. Not too much of a CS disparity between Sven and the Sign. Oh, and that abduct. Unfortunately connecting with the minion. Secured is the gold, but that's less than ideal. Perk's going to go in here and trade off here. Vulcan has arrived here. Crash down available. Going to throw the Q out. But an Anasek's not going to follow it. Only hits onto a minion. So a good amount of looking for... Oh, I think they messed up the combo there. But there's a lot of proactivity here. A lot of looking for plays out from Unicorns of Love and Cloud9 respectively. And at 7 minutes, Unicorns of Love are actually going to start the Dragon. So this is actually going to be a great sort of momentum shift. They've shoved in Sven, so there's not going to be any way for him to punish this rotation. And that's 3 onto the Dragon. Unicorns of Love take first Drake. No contest. Everyone just sort of sitting in their lane, sitting where they are. Nanasek maybe eyeing Perks here a little bit. Oh, and the Goen's gonna go. But Nanasek not gonna have a line of sight with his resonating strike to get in on Perks and really see if they could actually get a gank off. So still very low blood, very low body count game. Mm-hmm.
Lose the game on purpose, then lose the tiebreaker for CSI, then beat Hamwa, so you didn't get into Group C. You know, like I still think that would be extremely risky to do, and C9 seems like they are
still a pretty good strategy though. Still a pretty good strategy. Get yourself a win over a Korean team. Could do a lot for NA hopes and just for team confidence. So. Tactical decisions can be made. Summoner, and looks like we're having an engage here. Boss kind of getting caught out, but there's going to be a re-engage here. No Man's has arrived, but he's trying to run through here. Boss is going to get blown up here, but the traded kills are going to come through. Blabber is down, and Santa's not going to land the knockup, but Fudge, I don't think you're going to have a way out here. Double kill for No Man's, but Perk's trying to go back in here. He's going to get knocked up, has to blink back here. Nanosec is looking low, looking a little scary here. Resonating Strike falls short here. Perks. Oh, Santa's is too tanky. He can just walk under his turret and just buy all the time in the world. And he's just, this is the value of having a tank on your team. Tower dives are just not scary. There's just so much space and time that you buy when you have these high HP, high resistance characters. C9 not playing lackadaisically. They're going to go grab the Rift Herald. Not too rough here. Not able to get much out of that fight, but still having a decent exchange of objectives. Now let's look at this. So kind of playing on through here. They get chased down. Blabber gets kicked out here, so there's a good amount of damage missing. Argonauts arrived here. Gets a heal out, just to buy No Man's enough time, I believe. Just to buy him enough health. Fudge out from Flash, but he's already kind of dead here. Flash over from No Man's. Scond, Abduct, Kingslayer, everything just coming through. Perks trying to get the catch onto the Lee Sin, but he is going to be able to dodge that. And Perks gets dove here. Santos leading the charge here. 2, 3, 4, 5 turret shots eaten by Santos. No worries, no concern. Really great play here. Out from Unicorns of Love. And it's that. He's in a onesie, and Sheepy is looking really happy about this. Oh, game pause. I know. It's like we are in a no tank meta. Why is there a cyan on my screen? Yeah. Do what you can, but 1v3 diving that top lane tower is going to leave you very much wishing you had fancier feet or just some sort of distortion mimic combo to get out of that. Alright, waiting to see what this technical pause is, by the way. But right now here, Unicorns of Love really breaking out ahead of Cloud9. Proactivity, better team fight wins, not really overreaching too much. And there's something about the comps where I'm trying to think right now, like, remember the full comps for each team and remember who needs to act now, who's got the earlier game favor and who has the later game favor. Because right now you'd think it'd be Unicorns of Love finding these fights, picking them. But I kind of think it's on the side of C9 because this Scion will basically mean that there's at least one character on the team, on the side of Unicorns of Love, that will either need to be ignored or melted by the contributions of everyone on the team. And if all the team is focusing on one tank, and even if that tank dies, that may be exactly what you want. So it's gonna be kind of ideal for Cloud9 to try to play away or around this Scion. The problem is that between his ultimate, his knock-up, the slow and damage from its W, it's gonna be very hard to navigate and win these team fights if Cloud9 don't regain the gold lead and put themselves ahead by significant margins. Nanasek gonna spot Vulcan. He's gonna peek out and ward hop away. So good coverage by Vulcan, preventing the dive onto Perks, which would be pretty dangerous, I would say the least, for diving a LeBlanc. Kraken Slayer completed on the side of Sven, keeping good pace with that. Have yet to have a Mythic completed for the Scion, but he's not that far behind on the CS. Well, actually, he's 40 CS behind. So I'm going to correct what I just said there. Santa's 40 CS behind is at least CS counterpart with this misfortune. He's got a kill and he's got an assist, which will help bridge that gap in at least gold. But right now he is a level down from his counterpart at this time, which I would consider the misfortune, because she is getting ult gold between the two players. So, yep, Santa's with the global TP. Next objective coming up here is going to be an Ocean Drake, meaning we're probably going to have a Mountain or Infernal Drake for the duration of this game. So more or less terrain, which could be fun, and either exceptional tankiness, especially on the Scion, or more explosions for everyone involved. Blabber, Fudge, Vulcan making a motion here. No Man's about to actually put out the Crescent Guard to try to defer some of this damage here and push everyone away. Oh, and there comes the shield in from Argon, but it's not going to be enough here. Bus has arrived here, but there's still 4 available. And, oh, and he's going to curve on in here, clear out the wave, and that is so good and close. Boss going in here, trying to get the kill onto Blabber, and he's going to find his way out here. Santos walking in and out, not really concerned about much here. They are just barely tickling this Scion with all their damage. This is what's... We're only 12 minutes into this game, but it is looking very scary, and the Ocean Drake was picked up by Unicorn's Love while Sina was trying to make a play topside. So that is a 2-part stuffing right there by Unicorn's Love. The kill might have actually been had, and No Man's may have died. I believe the gold went over to the Gangplank. Could have gone to the Rel, and that would be entirely tragic. But all they just get a trade of kills. They don't even get the turret. Dragon is picked up by Unicorn's Love. It's just not very good. It's not very good for C9. The inability to convert that play while seeding the dragon is going to be a very costly set of mistakes here. Going to be a couple of 2 plates there for Perks. Going to get him some gold. The rest of C9 is showing up here. No Man's looking a little scary here. Oh, and he's going to get chained up here, but Nasik's going to find Sven and push him in here. Turret shot's going to hit him as well here, and he's going to get killed off by Boss. Good stuff. They're out of Anonasek. They go for some sort of combo that would be reminiscent of the last game we saw, actually, against DFM and BYG. A combo that we have not seen before with like the Urgot Lilia. But this here, okay, so we're going to go through this dive first. So he grabs Blabber's ultimate, the Crescent Guard, which should be able to limit him from a lot of damage that's at least outside of the circle. But the ult buys a little bit of time here. Scion comes through here, almost hits Perk. So that is some nutty drifting there by Santos. He knows this champion. He has played plenty of Phil or support Scion or something, but that was a fantastic ult there on the Scion. Everforce coming out here, going to stun him up here. Shield's going to come through again here to buy more time here, but No Man's is still going to die here. Nanasek has arrived here. Q's going to connect here. Blabber is super low here. He's going to, when becomes lightning backwards. But Santos is here as well, and Q is not going to connect on the Perks. Perks going to have to run away. Vulcan following in tow. So Unicorn's Love playing very much ready to fight back, clap back against Cloud9's plays and dives. Cloud9 seeming to run a tower diving simulation practice session, or like several sessions of it, up there in the top lane, trying to just put No Man's further and further behind. But at this point, No Man's has 2 kills, 3 assists, and Perks only has 1 assist. He may have only 10 CS up over his lane counterpart, but No Man's has, frankly, no concerns or no worries for how this game is playing out.
The C9 5v5 potential, it does feel good that Unicorns of Love is getting a snowball a little bit with the dragon.
And it looks like the eye will be okay. I thought I saw the eye for some reason picked up by the Senna, which would have felt a little weird. And he's gonna drop it immediately here, bot side. I really like this. Forget waiting for like some more opportune moment. Get the pacing going. Get that turret down. First brick on Unicorns of Love. And I think Boston and Gnostic are about to get caught up and destroyed. I don't even think Perks needed to use the chains to lock the man down there. I think the two ults, the two stuns out of Leona, plus whatever else was going into that, really did the work.
Didn't get all the kills, which is good. He's been donating them to No Man and Boss. We talked about, in the early stages of this game, Boss is kind of the obvious conduit to play through here for Unicorns of Love. Definitely enabled right now. Sunder a finish, plenty of kills under his belt. No Man's also feeling empowered on the Silas, level 11 now, has his items under him, can start maybe side laning or grouping, depending on how Unicorns of Love want to distribute their resources around the map. And sure, right now Boss is getting overloaded, so can't really get too aggressive. But
Yeah, that win condition through Boss is a little tempered. He's got the 3 kills, got a bounty on him, has been doing quite well into the CS oppression that Fudge's success has been able to put out. A good 35 CS lead there for Fudge. So a lot of work getting done here. Gold is only 1,000 difference, which is really nothing. There's still plenty of opportunity for C9 to, get back into this, find themselves a good fight, get a bullet time that's going to shred just the back line, because this Scion isn't going to move. I really want to watch this because I just don't think that this damage, yeah, I don't think Santos is going to be able to get taken down by the damage that C9 are bringing to the field. C9 still playing to the top side of the mount here, trying to stuff Boss, the win condition out of Unicorn's Love. Cannon Barrage going to come down from No Man's, I believe. And they're going to be able to actually get that turret, get their first turret to Unicorns 3. So C9 trying to play catch up here. Unicorns are going to be able to grab their 3rd Drake. So the pacing of this game actually going quite fast. It's only 18 minutes. We're very used to only having maybe 2 dragons taken by this point of the game, because it usually has taken after 10 minutes for teams to go and take their, oh boy, and Vulcan is just going to get moved in to the forest and eaten up by the teammates. Blabber, I think you were in the wrong place there, bud. Senulti going to try to get some work done here. It's not going to affect Blabber, but Blabber needs to kind of move here, bud. Oh, and No Man's going to catch out. He's going to kill Blabber, but he'll be killed right back immediately by Perks, and Perks gets caught up here and blown up by Argonaut. Oh my goodness. This is getting quite messy. This is getting very unclear here. A blast cone flank with an enemy teammate into his team. I don't know about you. I don't trust anyone to blast me over a wall with a cone. If you notice in pro play, they'll all group on one side, and the last person that get there is the one that will turn back, check everyone is going to land where they need to land, and then hit the button. Blabber's like, no, I'm taking it. I'm following this guy. I'm following this guy all the way into my jungle, and oh no, I'm surrounded. Yeah, so here's the catch here. Vulcan gets, yeah, they're just going through. Vulcan just gets blown up here. Blabber looking for the feeling of engage here. Fudge is available, but that blast code puts him over, actually. I believe it was an Anisec that set that up, but gets sent over the wall. And No Man's, I think you're surrounded here, but he's going to take the ultimate from Perks. Jump onto Sven. Sven's brought down low here. Is able to bring himself back. Get a little bit more heal, and Fudge is going to get it. So a good bit chunk of gold there onto Fudge, but that was also like 5 men to the top side chasing No Man's around for quite a while, and so there's a decent amount of damage here on the turret. Probably a good bit of CS loss, which is gold loss, and more or less the same for the bot side. And Nanosec probably just giving his nod out to G2. This for you. This is the play. If this is going to be the game that basically decides that, like, we don't make it any further in this tournament, so be it, but we are going to pull out all the stops. And really appreciate this, because it's very rare that you see Scion and bot lane with the Senna these days. And as far as I'm concerned, I think I don't even think I remember seeing or hearing many incredibly, dissenting opinions about Senna. So I think Senna is still still holds viability, and it's nice to see Unicorns of Love bring it out and just helps provide that global for shield for damage. It allows them to get a tank for free. And Sven looks like he is just grabbing an incredible amount of farm. He is outpacing his mid laner by like 3. Oh, and here's going to be the catch here. Boss just going to lock in Perks there. And this is not looking good here. Perks not registering that he was even in danger. And that's kind of unacceptable here. It's kind of acceptable. This is going to put favor here into Unicorns of Love here. They still have sort of running control of the map here. The vision is not too impressive just yet out of them. And there's not really much else on the table to really care about or look for. Baron's up. They don't exactly have the swiftest Baron, so that may not even be an objective that Unicorns of Love with this team comp care about. Boss trying to catch himself out here. Hookshot's going to give him a little bit of distance, but he's going to be locked up and CC'd up for 5 years, and he's going to get blown up here. So once again, roaming death squad buys C9 does merit a kill onto Unicorns of Love top laner, but I'm not sure. I'm still kind of looking at the map right now. I don't think they're going to get too punished for it. In fact, they have prio mid. The backings are coming through right now, so I think C9 actually played the timing for that kill very well. Got themselves some gold, got someone off the map, got them losing more CS and experience. And now we are just in time for the Mountain Drake, which this is the dragon that they must deny until the end of the game, basically. If this Dragon Soul goes over to Unicorns of Love, first off, Santos is never going to die. Second off, everyone else on Unicorns of Love is never going to die. The shields and the extra resistances for just the two Mountain Drakes that they're gonna have is gonna be doing work here. Fudge trying to get the setup here, but Santa's just gonna walk in here for free here. And NSX in the pit, and it's gonna get secured by Blabber. But how is the rest of the fight gonna go here? No Man's goes over. He doesn't need to worry about Vulcan. Oh, and that is a huge amount of damage here. A lot of damage gotten done by Fudge here, and Unicorns of Love here still on the edge of winning this. Perks goes in here trying to actually get some kill back, but Fudge is going to get caught up by the remaining members of Unicorns of Love, and with the hook shot, Boss is going to secure that kill. And not good here for Cloud9 here. Unicorns of Love doing a great job. Play the surround game. No Man's able to just come in from the backside of the pit at will, pick out his target, and from the looks of it, Sven died quite early. He got the bullet time off, but it is not clear that it actually got a lot done in the fight. Yeah, 3,000 ahead for Unicorns of Love. Cloud9 has been able to keep this tight. All right, let's see. Let's watch this. So Vulcan looking for some nonsense, but he's actually going to put some damage onto the Rel. Cannot get the hop over. No Man's just goes over. He finds Misfortune and blows her up immediately. From there, there's a lot of trying to get the rest of things figured out. Stopwatch from Vulcan. Going to buy... And C9 getting chased down here right now. Look, this sign cannot be stopped here. And, oh, No Man's going to make the connection here. Fudge is going to go down here. Blabber with the Crescent Guard out here. But he's going to get isolated. And if you're inside that pentagon, that hexagon, it's going to go rough for you. And Anasek gets the assassination onto Sven here. And Unicorns of Love are just running forward, just winning everything. And Santos is still eating turret shots. He does not care. This man is too big, too tanky. And Unicorns of Love are too ready for this win and end their time here at Worlds with a dub here over C9, who were clear favorites to win this group. But Unicorns Love here to play spoiler. We're going to have 2 tiebreakers after this here, because from the looks of it, Unicorns Love are not done with playing League for today here. Blabber cannot do it, and at 25 minutes, and one of the quickest games that we've actually had here, Unicorns Love are going to run over C9 here. The Nerix is going down here, going to get some kills out here. Bullet time comes through here, but Argonauts able to finish it, and what a game here out of Unicorns of Love. What a banger, and way to upset the situation. They change everything about this. They're gonna end the group phase, at least the standard part of the group phase, 1 and 3, tied with Beyond Gaming. So they're gonna have to go to a tiebreaker, I think, right after this against Beyond Gaming to see who's gonna keep going in this tournament. At least who's gonna go at least the second round of play-ins. So very good stuff there out of Sheepy and company. Really awesome seeing the Scion, the Senna. Just the flexibility in that draft was just a lot of fun. And able to just counter out the plays that were coming out of C9. C9 trying to play around that top side, trying to put Boss in the dirt, keep that Camille down, and just not able to do it well enough. So we will be back later for the tiebreakers. First one, it should be with Beyond Gaming versus Unicorn of Love. And this also does put C9 in a tie-breaking situation with Detonation Focus Me. And that could really decide who's going to be number 1 or number 2, who's got to play a best of 5 and win it, and who is guaranteed to just go straight to the group stage. So we will see you here later.